Alright, so the Lions, after the big win against the Vikings last Sunday, the Lions got another game in Week 14 to prepare for. As for Week 14, the Lions will be traveling up to Mile High into Denver to take on the Broncos. So yeah, Lions and Broncos this week. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the notes for this game. So of course on the point spread for this game, currently the Broncos are favored in this game by 8 points. Usually that's been around the point spread that the opposing team has been favored by against Detroit almost every week. So yeah, that's not really surprising. So yeah, Detroit are massive underdogs entering a game. In other news, sky is blue, grass is green, snow is white. And of course, in terms of the all-time head-to-head series, Denver leads the all-time series 8-5. And the Broncos have won the last 2 meetings against the Lions. Like, Detroit's last win against Denver came all the way back in 2011. So far this year, Detroit is 0-5-1 on the road this year. Denver is 3-3 at home this year. So, of course, for the Broncos, at QB, it was a carousel at QB in a game of hot potato between Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. But Teddy Bridgewater has got the edge now and is still starting for the time being. And of course, for running back, Melvin Gordon, he is questionable for this game with a hip injury. But they also do got Javonte Williams. In terms of the receiving core, they got plenty of good receivers in that core with names like Cortland Sutton. You got Jerry Jeudy. You have Tim Patrick. You got KJ Hamler. And also, they also have a tight end, Noah Fant, who is TJ Hawkinson's former teammate. And oh, by the way, this is going to be the first time ever that TJ Hawkinson and Noah Fant will both play each other on the field at the exact same time. For the first time ever in their careers. Former teammates in Iowa. Yes, I mean the same Iowa that got their shit stomped by Michigan. Okay, I'll stop there. Okay, we're just being a dead horse at that point. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, once teammates in Iowa, now they'll be across the field from each other finally. Because the last time the Lions and Broncos played was Hawkinson's rookie year, and Hawkinson couldn't play in that game due to his ankle injury. But now Hawkinson finally gets to go up against his former teammate, Noah Fant. And of course, the defense, it has a lot of talent. This defense is loaded, even with even despite the Broncos trading off Von Miller to the Rams. This defense is still loaded. You know, defensive line, it has names like Shelby Harris, Draymond Jones, and Mark Purcell leading the D-line. The linebacking core, of course, it's headed by Bradley Chubb, who was pretty much brought in to be Von Miller's successor. And they also got other linebackers in that core, too, like Jossie Jewell, Alexander Johnson. You got the rookie Baron Browning. Bleh. You also got Justin Storan. And then the secondary is loaded, and it's almost a no-fly zone secondary. With names like Justin Simmons, Kareem Jackson, Ronald Darby, and Kyle Ford. Now their secondary will be without Bryce Callahan as he's on the IR with a knee injury. And of course, for the secondary, I haven't even got to the final piece de resistance. Which is, of course, the rookie, Patrick Surtain, who has quickly turned into one of the top corners in the league and having an outstanding rookie season. So yeah, you like to see that from him. You know, he's a damn talented player. So yeah, that's going to be some players to keep an eye on for sure, especially Patrick Surtain with how he's breaking out so far. Of course, for the Broncos, the head coach of this squad is, of course, Vic Fangio, who used to be the mastermind behind the Chicago Bears defense from 2018. And then offensive coordinator, you got Pat Shurmur, and you have a defensive coordinator, Ed Donatel. Now, the Broncos' offense is around mid-pack. The offense is ranked 19th. They're 18th in the passing game, but 12th in the running game. So this team is better at running the ball. And the Broncos' defense, the defense is the real reason the Broncos are still in the wild card race for the AFC playoffs. Because the Broncos' defense is a top 10 unit, tied for 7th. They're 10th against the pass and 10th against the run, so it's very hard to do anything against that Broncos defense. Like, that defense is loaded. Like, that defense is the only reason why they're close to a wild card spot. That and Teddy Bridgewater being better than Drew Lock. Now for the Broncos here, I've always felt like the Broncos have always been a piece away from being a playoff contender. The one thing that's been holding the Broncos back as of late has been quarterback, especially Drew Lock. Now, Teddy Bridgewater is a way better quarterback than Drew Lock. By a lot. But Teddy Bridgewater, he's not a long-term answer. He's a short-term answer at QB. He's not long-term. So I think if the Broncos really want to become a contender in the future, they definitely need to look at a QB in the future. I mean, the Broncos, they might be screwed at QB for now, but Aaron Rodgers might be coming to join them in the offseason. I'll laugh my ass off if Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to Denver. I mean, if anyone's competing in the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes in the offseason, it's more likely going to be between Denver and Pittsburgh, since Pittsburgh's going to be losing Captain Fatfuck Ben Roethlisberger to retirement. May Ben Roethlisberger be the leader of men in the afterlife. So yeah, Denver's got some competition for if they want to go get Aaron Rodgers. Since the Broncos QB situation has been a complete fucking mess ever since Peyton Manning retired after winning Super Bowl 50. Like, that QB situation's been a mess, you know, when you have names like Paxton Lynch, who was a bust, and you had Trevor Seaman, and then you bring in Case Keenum, and then you had Joe Flacco. Like, it's just been a complete mess, and then you bring in Drew Lock. And then now you bring in Teddy Bridgewater. Like, I think the Broncos have what it takes to be a playoff contender. They just need a QB to get over the hump. Now, let's be real. If the Broncos miss the playoffs, there's a good chance that Vic Fangio might be fired, but he shouldn't be fired. Because it's not Vic Fangio's fault what's happening, because that defense has done its job. It's just that offense has been the team's Achilles heel. So in terms of this game, no, I feel like this game's going to be a low-scoring game. I think both teams are going to be low-score. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be about field position and who can capitalize off turnovers and who can win the turnover battle. So yeah, for the Lions, though, I have the Broncos winning this game, mainly because the Lions, this is going to be a cold-weather game, and the Lions always struggle in cold-weather games. Like, the Lions' history in cold-weather games is very piss-poor. It is not good. So I think that definitely gives the edge to the Broncos. And usually, here's the fun fact. Usually, teams that usually win games on walk-off touchdowns, they usually tend to struggle the following week. And remember the last time the Lions scored a walk-off touchdown in a game to win? That was last year against Atlanta. What happened the following week? The Lions got completely blown out by the Colts. And of course that stat usually goes when you either win in the fourth quarter or in overtime on a touchdown to walk off. So yeah, I feel like after last week when the Lions finally got their first win of the year and ended their bit of a winless season, I feel like this week the football gods are going to give the Lions fans a painful reminder that this is the Lions and that no nice things can happen to this team. So yeah, I think the Broncos win the battle, but I think Detroit will continue to win the war for Kayvon or Hutchinson in the Tank Bowl for that first overall pick. Hey, at least the Lions used their one-win cushion to get a win for the fans. I guess this week though, I feel like the football gods are gonna make the Lions dick punch the fans back to reality. But hey, at least it was a good run while it lasted. And odds are, if the Lions lose this game, they will be mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Hey, here's the good news, Lions fans. At least the Lions weren't the first team to be mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. That honor belonged to the Houston Texans. So, yeah. But hey, at least we have the Red Wings.